Hello everyone and welcome to the Unit 6 on Electric Mobility Business Models and Exploitation Pathways of the training course of CISA project. My name is Ander Zubiria and I am researcher at Power Systems from Tecnalia Research and Innovation. In this video, you will learn first about electric mobility service agents and their main roles. Then, some of the electric mobility business models will be explained, and particularly pay-as-you-go, pay-per-use, leasing, e-sharing, and battery swapping business models will be shown in more detail. And lastly, some existing business models on the African context will be represented. Okay, so in this slide on the left, we can see a picture where the main agents and their interaction is shown. First, on top, we can see the EV owner or the EV operator. This agent, its main duty is owning the electric vehicle charging or swapping station, and also, in some cases, owning the e-mobility asset, which can be the whole vehicle or just the electric battery. On the bottom at the left, we can see the electricity provider. That is the agent in charge of offering the renewable power to provide electricity to the mini grids that feed the electric batteries. On the middle at the right, we can see the e-mobility driver, which is the agent in charge of offering the mobility services to the customers and the ones that rent the electric vehicles to the EV owners or the EV operators. And lastly, in the bottom at the right side, we can see the e-mobility customers, which are the ones in charge of acquiring the mobility services to the EV drivers. So the first business model example is the pay-as-you-go business model. In the left side of the slide, we can see the zero-emission motorcycle Boda company in Uganda. In this case, the business model is based on offering fractional payment methods for electric vehicle drivers, and this helps them to avoid a high initial expenditure and allows them to access to electric vehicles. In this slide, we can see the pay-per-use business model, which is basically based on paying a daily fee for the use of the electric vehicle. In this case, the customers don't need to pay for the electricity supply, the vehicle, the battery, or the maintenance of the vehicle. A good example of this business model could be Mobile Power in Nigeria, which in the left we can see their platform and their mobile app, where customers can access to the available vehicles or batteries. And in this case, two types of batteries are offered: smaller size batteries for stationary or residential applications, and bigger batteries for mobility uses. Both of them are distributed by MOPO agents directly to the electric vehicle service users. The third business model example would be the leasing business model. Here in the picture in the left, we can see an example on Nigeria, which is the Think Bikes e-mobility company. The leasing or lease to own is based basically on paying on a periodical rental basis for this electric vehicle. And in the case of lease to own, the option of buying or purchasing the vehicle after a certain period is offered, not just the rental option. And in the particular case of Think Bikes, we can see that the vehicle would be an electric cargo bike that is leased to individuals or also a small business that would offer these electric mobility services to the final customers. In this slide, we can see the e-sharing or carpooling business model, which is based on sharing a set of e-mobility devices, usually using a digital platform and a user application. So a good example could be jumping rides in South Africa, where EV drivers offer their vehicles and EV users that share the same route can access to these available electric vehicles. All this is managed, as said, by a digital platform and the user application. And then we have the battery swapping business model, which basically is a technology based on replacing used or completely discharged batteries with fully charged batteries. And this is especially interesting in the business models explained before, because this business model can apply to the ones explained before, and also the battery swapping can be applied for other sectors, like for instance residential uses, as shown in the MOPO example before. So some advantages of the battery swapping model versus conventional battery models are that battery swapping reduces the charging times of the electric vehicles, and also that the batteries that are stored in the battery swapping station can act as a reservoir and can help to the electrical grid during some emergency events. And some disadvantages would be the interoperability that is needed of the battery packs, meaning that batteries should be of the same dimensions and characteristics, and that is a business model that is lacking of regulation in many countries. And in the figure on the left, we can see the interaction between the EV customers, EV drivers, the battery swapping station, and the electrical grid. Here, some key functionalities for battery swapping stations are listed. First, as mentioned, the standardized battery pack dimensions, charging connectors, and other relevant components are required. Then, a key aspect is the testing, and particularly battery, coupling device, and electrical interface testing for the swapping station. Then it is key to have a mobile application where real-time swapping station location, availability, and pricing is offered. Another technical requirement would be that all batteries can be charged by a standard AC outlet. Then it is needed to have some battery handling and storing systems, since batteries are some sensible electrical devices. And last, it is also fundamental that battery swapping stations are connected to solar systems or renewable mini-grids. For this, a good example could be mobile power in South Africa. And here you can see some additional references. And thank you very much for attending this course. We hope that it has been interesting and fruitful for you. So see you in the next course. Bye.